Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with another video. The weather's much more cooler, so you know what it means. It means we're going to go out and do a bit of Blu-ray, DVD, and video game hunting. So we're going to hit the shops again today, go to a few supermarkets, probably pop into H&V as well as Poundland and see what they haven't got in. Nothing really new this week, but there's been plenty of pickups, and I'll get to them when we get back from our shopping. So without further ado, let's get going. So we're finally arrived in King's Lynn after our little walk, and first up we have this bench here. This is one in a number of different benches around the town that is painted by local artists. There's one outside the cinema, one outside the railway station, and one near the quay. But unfortunately a lot of them aren't there anymore, as all these benches are currently up for sale, and this is one of the only few that are left. These benches all have different themes and are based on the history of the town, but unfortunately, as a lot of them are now gone, this is the only one really you can see throughout the town. Anyway, that's enough history for today, let's get on with the shopping. First up is Tesco, and I'm seeing a digital copy of Peter Rabbit 2. The film isn't out until next week I think, but here's a digital version if you want it, and it's about £8. Anyway, onto the Blu-rays now, and nothing really new here. It's the same old stuff, though there's a few decent offers, as there's a few cheap Blu-rays available, such as the Hitman Bodyguard and The Quiet Place. Onto the DVDs now, and as you can see, there's an advertisement for Peter Rabbit, as well as a load of cheap horror films. Nothing really new here, only really last week's release of Werewolves Within, which is based on a Ubisoft video game, which is quite tempting, I must admit. Here's a quick look at some of the other DVD box sets and cheap DVDs Tesco have. Nothing really much here. Here's a quick look at the video games here to see what's available on Switch, PS4 and Xbox One, and nothing really new here. Though I did notice in the clearance section we do have these Mickey and Minnie alphabet mugs, which actually look quite cute, and for £1.50 it's not too bad. Next up is Poundland, and as you guessed, nothing new here, it's the same old stuff week in, week out. Anyway, after all that walking and shopping, it's time for a lovely latte and a nice muffin. Yes, it was very delicious. Next up is Sainsbury's, and unfortunately nothing new here, it's the same old stuff they've had in for the past couple of weeks. This store never really has a lot now. Next up is One Below, and we'll have a quick look at what they've got in. There has been a new delivery here, but again it's mostly just DVDs. Quickly popped in H&B, and even though the Arrow sale has finished now, ours currently still have them at the discount prices. So here's a quick look at some of the titles. Next up is Morrison's, and unfortunately, like last week and the week before, there hasn't really been anything new here. It's the same old stock week in, week out. They don't really seem to update the shelves at all, which is quite disappointing. You know what? It's time for another coffee this week, and yes, another muffin. Probably shouldn't, but hey. Another Poundland, and yes, you've guessed it, it's the same old stuff, yet again. Honestly, I probably might not come in here next week because there's nothing really to come in here for. Again, really big Second Tesco of the week, and unfortunately, it's the same old stock from last week. No new releases here, just, wow, the same stuff from the week before. I honestly thought we'd get some new straight to DVD stuff, but no, it's just last week's or the weeks before. Quite disappointing. And the final stop of the day is Sainsbury's. This is the biggest store of the town, but unfortunately, nothing new here whatsoever. It's the same stuff that was here last week, and it's been here for quite a few months. No big reductions, which is a shame because as they're going out of media, I thought they'd do a big sale, but no, unfortunately not. And there's nothing really new on the DVD, so I didn't bother to get any footage. That's enough shopping for today, so let's bugger off home and see what I got. And we're back, people, and it's been a pretty great day. It certainly hasn't been as hot as it was last week, which is a great relief to me, though I must admit it's quite hot in this room while I'm filming. But anyway, we're back from the shops, and yeah, pretty good. Nothing really much new out this week, but still plenty of stuff that's been delivered and picked up throughout the week. We've been to Tesco, we've been to Morrison's. I did actually pop an Asda, but I didn't actually get any footage. Been to a couple of Poundlands, one below, nothing really much there. And I did pop in H&V. But anyway, without further ado, let's go on with the pickups. And first up is the games. And we have a couple of DS games. First up is 007 Bloodstone. Yes, this one was a original Bond story that was released on PS3 and Xbox 360. Never saw a release on Wii back in the day, but it did get a port to DS. And it's actually really quite good. It's like a third person action game, features driving, loads of shooting, and you know what? It's not that bad. It does push the DS to its limits, and it looks great. Next up, we have Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Absolutely loved this game on the Wii and been eyeing up the DS version for quite a while now. Finally got it this week, and you know what? It's a great little game. Surprisingly for a DS game, it is running at 60 FPS and it's buttery smooth throughout. Plenty of great tracks, plenty of characters, and plenty of stuff to do for single players. There's a little mission mode and everything. Really enjoyed it. Great game, well worth picking up. Next up is a couple of Switch games, and we have one of my favourite games on the Wii U that I never actually got for Switch yet, and that is Lego City Undercover. Picked it up for about 17 quid as it was on offer, brand new. So yeah, finally got it in the collection. Played a bit of it this week and it's a fun game. Plenty of movie references and video game references. Very funny game. It's essentially just GTA with Lego. It is a lot of fun and well worth getting. And the final game of the week is an import. I ordered it off eBay and it arrived out only a couple of days, and that is the Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden Master Collection. This game is only available on the eShop in America and Europe, but in Japan and I think China you can get this physical release, and this has come from Asia, and it includes all 3 games on the cartridge without any downloads, which is brilliant. And it all plays in English, which is great. Very fun games, quite hard to master, but nevertheless a blast to play. Next up, we have the DVDs. And first up, we went to One Below and I found this SpongeBob SquarePants Most Wanted. Yeah, it's a kids show, but I must admit it's a guilty pleasure. I really do quite enjoy the old SpongeBob episodes. You get about 8 episodes here, so not too bad. An hour and a half of SpongeBob fun for £1. Not too bad. I have been collecting these quite recently from One Below about a couple of months ago, but I could never find this one, and this is Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 2 Volume 1. I've got about 7 or 8 volumes of these. I think I've now got the complete series 1 and 2. But I only paid about £1 each for them, so it's not too bad. Really wanted to get the Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray is really expensive, so I thought just get the DVDs as they're only £1. Really great series. Only watched a couple of episodes so far, so I really need to get more into that. And the final DVD of the week is Werewolves Within. This released last week, I think, and it's not getting a Blu-ray release in this country, so I thought, you know what, pick it up now. It was only £7, so it's not too bad. This is based on a very unknown Ubisoft video game that was only released for the PlayStation VR. It's basically a mix of Knives Out with a bit of Fargo with horror elements mixed in. It's basically these people are like trapped in like a hotel, I think, and they've got to find out who is the werewolf. I haven't played the game, but I've seen the trailer and it looks really good. There's quite a lot of dark humour in it, so I think it'll be a great time. On to the Blu-rays now, and I did pick up a couple from Poundland in the week, yes. These aren't really new titles that have done the rounds. They've been in my local Poundland for quite a while. Next up, we have Al Pacino, Christopher Walken, and Alan Arkin in The Stand-Up Guys. Haven't seen it, but it looks like these are like retired gangsters going out for one last hurrah. It looks like a lot of fun, and for £2, it's not too bad. Next up, we have The Tourist with Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp. Big fan of Johnny Depp and really do like his movies. Thought this looked like a fun little crime caper out in the sun, not too long, and for £2 again, why not? Onto the actual main Blu-ray releases. H&V had a sale on last week, 20% off all Blu-rays and 4Ks, bar like the Arrows and the Premiums, and every other title here is all an Arrow title, so yeah. The only one I actually got 20% off was Castlevania, the complete first season. I have watched a couple of episodes of this and really enjoyed it on Netflix. This is the first season, which consists of about 4 episodes. And it's really good. Only cost me about just over £6, so it wasn't too bad. I'm a massive fan of the video games, and as Konami is doing nothing with the series, I'm so glad this anime or animated series actually did really well on Netflix. Probably Konami will do something with the franchise now. We can live and hope, but it's great to have this on Blu-ray nevertheless. Next up, we have Versus. I've been after this one for quite a while, and I've heard it went down in price. Searching my local H&V a couple of times in the week, but they never had it in, and marvellously, they actually had it in the other day. Only $9.99. This is a fairly recent release. It is a Japanese horror zombie film that's very over the top. Basically, it looks like samurais, well, modern day samurai gangsters, with zombies, yeah. The trailer looked absolutely over the top, bloody and gory, and I'm well up for it. This is a limited edition, which includes the lovely slipcover, And you do get 2 discs. You get the normal version of Versus as well as the ultimate cut of Versus, which is obviously going to be even more bloody and gory than the normal version. And I should imagine, as this is an Arrow release, you do get a booklet as well. I did actually get a delivery from H&V because I've been after a couple of Arrow releases that they've never had. But I ordered them online and they arrived in the middle of the week. First up is Hounds of the Baskervilles with Peter Cushing, Andre Morel and Christopher Lee. Watched this the other night. Really enjoyable. It's a Hammer horror take on the beloved Sherlock Holmes tale, and the cast is brilliant. Very enjoyable for a film that's well over 60 years old. It's aged quite well. Next up is a David Bowie film, and that is Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. This is actually on the Arrow Academy label. I've been thinking about this for quite a while, and I thought, you know what, get it. I do quite like David Bowie as a singer, and some of his acting has been very good. This is essentially like a war film. He is a prisoner of war in a Japanese prisoner of war camp, and I think this is basically just the trials and tribulations of what goes on. It's also got a booklet in it, and I'm pretty certain it also stars a Japanese rock star as well. This apparently won quite a few awards, and I think its music's quite iconic. I've seen it before, so again, another one I'm looking forward to watching. Don't know how long it'll take for me to watch it though. We'll have to wait and see. The first of a number of box sets this week is Tremors. Yes, I have actually seen this film before. It must have been when I was a very young child, and I did quite enjoy it. And I know this set's been doing the rounds for quite a while, and as this is a limited edition, I thought, you know what, pick it up. It was about 17 quid, and it includes 2 disc set. It includes the film, as well as short films, as well as various extras. You also get a booklet in it, posters and art cards, and it even comes in a rather nice black case. Very fun film from what I remember as a kid. It's also got Kevin Bacon in it. So yeah, looks like a good time, a good ode to the old classic monster films. Another H&V pickup in the Arrow sale is a film starring Roger Moore and Richard Harris. I mainly picked it up because it stars Roger Moore and I quite like him as an actor. So that is The Wild Geese. It essentially looks like a war film, basically with older British actors, I think. I don't really know much about it, but watched the trailer, it looked really good, and my dad would probably really enjoy this, so I picked it up. Up is, again, another new release from last week. Went in a H&V to pick it up, but unfortunately, they were sold out. But I went on Amazon to have a look, and as I wasn't with Amazon Prime, I actually got sent a voucher for £10. So I got this for only $14.99, well, 15 quid. I had to buy some blue tack for about 50p to get it over £25. So yeah, this only cost me 15 quid. True romance. Looks like a really good film, a sort of crime caper, sort of Bonnie and Clyde sort of thing. Reminds me very similar of a film I really like called Natural Born Killers, which is apparently very similar. This stars Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt and Christopher Walken. It's a very good cast and that really sold it for me. And also look at that artwork, that is divine. Really love the retro look to it. Again, lovely looking set. There you go. And hordes and hordes of special features here. You get 2 cuts of the film. You get the normal and the extended edition, as well as a booklet, a poster and some art cards. So for 15 quid for a new release of an Arrow film is very good. Very looking forward to giving this one a go in the not too distant future. And I actually did pop into H&V today, and even though the Arrow sale is supposed to be over and done with, they never changed the prices. So this box set that I've been after for quite a while, I've been umming and ahhing whether to get it, but now as it jumped up to 50 quid, I thought, you know what, just get it. The complete Sartana. Don't really know a lot about it. It did went down on offer in Zavvi a couple of months ago, went down to 20 quid, but I missed out. But I thought for 25 quid, get it. It's gone up to 50 quid now. If you want it from Amazon, it's sold out. Zabi's 50 quid, so I thought just get it. It's a collection of westerns, very similar in the vein of the Man with No Name trilogy, with a hint of James Bond slasher magician. Sartana seems to be quite an interesting character. There's 5 films here with very interesting titles. Basically, the films here have really cool names. They are called If You Meet Sartana, Pray for Your Death. I Am Sartana, Your Angel of Death. Have a Good Funeral, My Friend. Sartana Will Pay. Light the Fuse, Sartana Is Coming. And Sartana's Here, Trade Your Pistol for a Coffin. Yeah, really look like a great collection of films. I've seen the trailers for them, and it seems to be quite a fun western, very lively. I think it's like Italian, but there is obviously English subtitles and probably an English dub. Again, there's plenty of special features to get your teeth into here. This isn't like the first print edition, which includes a booklet. It's just the 5 films in slim cases. So for 25 quid, 5 quid a film, that's pretty good, I say. And the final pickup of the week is not a film, it's not a game, it's instead a little plush. As we all know, it's the 100th anniversary of HMV, and they're doing various knickknacks to celebrate it, from cushions to tablecloths to chocolate bars and mugs. But the thing I wanted the most that they had in this week was a soft plush of Nipper the dog. Yes, the iconic Jack Russell that has been the company's logo for 100 years. They have brought out a little plush for it. Lovely little thing. Very cute. Whilst not the biggest in the world, it is well worth getting for collectible reasons. Also, not too bad for $7.99. My local store had about 4 in the morning, and I went back later that day and they'd all gone. So yeah, if you want this, definitely get it when you see it. I think it's coming online in a couple of days time, so if you want to order it online, again, best be quick. So yeah, that's Nipper. So anyway, thank you ever so much for watching my video. That'll certainly end it for today. Yeah, quite lengthy and quite a lot of pickups, as honestly there isn't really nothing I want that's coming out in the next few weeks. Probably Peter Rabbit though. That's a bit of a guilty pleasure, but anyway, I think that will do it for this week. As always, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be totally awesome. And as always, till next time, bye. Oh yeah, and don't forget, on Tuesday night, going live again with my co-host, Jim Jam Movies and TV. And we'll be joined by 2 special guests this week. We'll be joined by John from Mondo Chellebec Movies and James from JT at the Movies. Also, Andy from Forgotten World of Movies will also be popping along as well. So expect another fun night of live stream fun, as well as a quiz. So if you could join and be a part of it, that'd be awesome. Anyway, that's enough of waffling for today. So thanks everybody for watching. Till next time, bye.